Thank you for tuning in to the Wendy Inspire channel and for joining our Happy B&B Village where everyone belongs. So no matter who you are, what you are, or how you are, you're safe here with us here in our Happy B&B Village. Alright guys, I want to show you this coat. You see this coat? This coat is so old. It's so small. I have on a tank top and I can barely squeeze into this coat. So it's really small. So these are the sleeves and this is the back. So why am I showing you this coat? I'm going to tell you. So this is the bottom, this is the inside. I actually held on to this coat for over 8 years and I can't even fit this coat, but yet I just hold on to it. So I would say that I am a somewhat hoarder with great hygiene. So I love to be clean. I love to take like 3 showers a day. I like my hands to always be clean. I probably wash them 50 million times a day. Yet I hold on to things a little too long. I'm getting a lot better. I've been throwing away stuff. I'm trying to have a minimum of maybe 3 pots, 3 pans, 3 spoons, 3 everything, maybe 4. But really trying to minimize the junk and clutter. But I wanted to share how this coat and this book go hand in hand. This book, No Longer a Prisoner, which I recently published. I put out a release video about this book, but I haven't said much about it. I received a lot of great feedback, but most of the people who gave me feedback didn't list anything under the review. So if you are that person who gave me great feedback about the book that I recently published, feel free to leave some feedback, leave some reviews, because people actually read reviews. Alright, so I want to read one of the pages of this book and also share why this coat is so special to me and why I just could not seem to throw away this coat. So, this is my new book called No Longer a Prisoner. It's only $14.99 and you can purchase your copy at www.someonecaresaboutme.com. Now I'm going to read a page of my book, and this is on page 146. As I browsed the coat racks, most of the coats on sale were for children. I continued to look and came across a few sports jackets for women. I needed some sort of pea coat or something work appropriate. After searching tirelessly through every rack, I found an extra small coat that would have to do. The sale price was exactly $50. I was thrilled that my persistence paid off. Had I only stayed in the women's section, I would have never found it because it was in a men's section underneath a ski jacket. The extra small camel colored fox suede coat with a wool lining would have to do. It wasn't the coat that I was looking for, but it was better than wearing a sweater or a lightweight blazer while it was snowing out. When I tried it on, the sleeves were very snug, but during 20 degree weather, I needed to make it work. By the next big manager meeting, I was able to scrape up enough money for a real suit that was my size. Homemade alterations and tons of pins were no longer needed. I was able to carry a small, cute purse since I didn't have to hide any bulges. It wasn't fancy, nor was it tailored, but the shades of navy matched, and it looked better than anything else I wore. Once I fixed my hair weave and put on my fuchsia lipstick, I felt pretty good. My camel color coat did not coordinate with my outfit. I arrived at the meeting early, as I always have. While waiting in my car, I called my cheerleader mommy for reassurance that I so desperately needed. I explained how confident I felt without the coat, but as soon as I put it on, I looked unprofessional. The sleeves were so snug that I could barely pull the coat over my blazer. Once again, Mom reassured me. She told me that everything would be okay. She instructed me to take the coat off and drape it over my arm. I thanked her for her time, exited my car, and proceeded to walk in the building with the coat draped over my arm. I only had a few more steps before I made it inside without anyone seeing me. No one saw my fake coat that didn't match my outfit. My makeup was just right. My jewelry that I spent under $10 on sparkled like $1 million. I was growing, I was flowing, I was moving and shaking. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the story that I just shared a little bit about. All my life, I wanted to work at a bank. I always wanted to work at a bank, and one day I was able to muster up enough courage to apply. And this camel coat I actually purchased when I didn't have enough money to buy a nice pea coat for work. So there was a time in my career where money was extremely tight, I was unmarried, and I was trying to make ends meet. And I was finally able to scrape up enough money to buy a nice professional suit, but I only had enough money to buy this coat. So I worked in a very high level position, and the requirement as far as dress attire was not to wear this type of coat, whereas most of the other leaders were wearing either pea coats or leather coats or fur coats, and this is all I could afford. So I remember going to Kmart with only $50 because at this time I was kind of struggling to pay my bills. One month I would pay my rent and then a couple utilities. The following month I would pay my rent and different utilities, and I would kind of flip-flop back and forth in order to pay just enough to keep everything on. And then finally, once things started to get settled, I was able to scrape up $50, and that's all I had left. And that wasn't enough money to go to the mall. So, and I didn't have enough money, it wasn't enough money to buy a coat at the mall, and I didn't have enough money to drive to the mall because I only had $50 and that was it. So I went into Kmart and I looked around and I was hoping to find a more professional coat because during this time it's really, really cold. It was snowing half the time, and all I had was like a lightweight, what is it, the little jumpsuit, I used to call them swishies, the nylon jumpsuit jackets and like a sweater. So I had to go and buy a more professional coat, and I was looking for a specific pea coat, which I thought was really cool. So I went through all the racks and I couldn't find anything. I went through the women's racks and the children's racks, and then finally I said, you know what, I'm not going to give up. So I went over to the men's department and I was digging through coats that were in like this, it was like this big crate, and I found this coat that is way too small, but it did the job. So when I finally got my makeup on and my hair was done, I had on a really nice suit, and I put this jacket on, it kind of took away from the suit. So I called my mom and she reassured me that everything would be okay, and she said, just drape it over your arm. And I draped it over my arm, and I quickly walked into the building and I proceeded with my day. So this book isn't just a regular book, it's my life. It's just about everything that I went through, how I was able to overcome a lot of sad moments, but a lot of victorious moments. So if you haven't already purchased this book, feel free to. And then just to kind of get some more participation, this book is 175 pages. So in the comments section, just list a few random pages and I'll read the random pages to you especially. So leave your name, let me know why you're no longer a prisoner, and just select a number, a page number, anywhere between 1 and 175, and I'll read a page of the book just for you. But I share this story to encourage each and every one of you that your current situation is not your final destination. Your current situation is not your final destination. Let me say it again. Your current situation is not your final destination. That was actually one of the phrases that I held on to during my darkest moments. Your current situation is not your final destination. The best is yet to come. And even when I see this book, when I see this cover, and when I see myself, I'm so amazed, because the girl that was bullied and beaten with the lowest of low self-esteem finally broke free, and I'm no longer a prisoner. So again, if you have not already purchased your copy, you can check it out on my website, which is www.someonecaresaboutme.com. We also have multicultural children's self-esteem books, self-esteem apparel, and some other good stuff. So support the Happy Being Me movement. You do belong. It's okay to be different. The things that make you different are the same qualities that make you special. Don't try to fit into someone else's box. And here on the Wendy Inspired channel and in the Happy Being Me Village, you belong. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for sharing or listening to Story Time. And I'll see you next time on Special Thursday. Make it a great day.